Hey guys, and welcome back to a kind of bonus-ish video of Let's Play Glover. I ended up just kind of screwing around a few days ago and trying to figure out where all these things I missed were, and I found a lot of interesting stuff with the gameplay. You notice here I'm messing around with this pillar. It was after I looked around a while, I noticed that out of all 7 pillars, not only was this one separate from the rest, but it had like the damaged, like it was cracked and everything, and none of the other ones were like that. You've already seen that I got 1 card from smacking it already, and here I'm just trying to figure out how I can knock it over, since the first level of the carnival level you're able to knock over that platform, and you can just see that I'm just trying, like, hitting it from different sides and everything else, and I'm just trying to figure this out. But there's a lot for me to say on this, just from I've got the first world, all the cards. I got all the cards in the first world of the second world as first level of the second world as well, and I think I'm going to go back on my statement of not 100%ing this game and just 100% the game, because I was having a lot of fun figuring this out. Why am I going back down here again? I think this is where I'm checking all the pillars to see that, yeah, that one is cracked and the others are not, which is just a nice little visual clue. It just looks like aesthetic right there until you realize that, no, that's a tell. And right there you knock it over, ball collects the life, and all that stuff. Now here onto this is the third world actually, if only because the second one gave me problems, but I knew that there were cards behind here, and I'm just going to show the not obvious cards. Like, I passed over a lot of cards when I went through the levels, but it's kind of obvious that they were there. Like, in pots, you smash them. The enemies, you smash them, get the cards there. And a lot of them just in the open that I passed by. But there's a lot more that's hidden out there. I already knew that these were all back here when I was a kid. I mean, this is not too difficult of an area to find. And, let's see. I think as a kid, though, I never even got all the cards in that first level. It's just, I think the only reason I saw any of the bonus stages was because, cheat codes. Which this game actually has a decent bit of cheat code stuff, which I'll have to remember how that all works and show that off at a later date. Another thing I want to point out that I've learned through this, which I found kind of interesting, is that first of all, it looks like your score is cumulative for every time you go into a level. Like, if I were to go back into this level again, I could continue increasing my score, which kind of shows me a few things. First of all, score is pointless. Well, the overall score is pointless for the most part. Well, point-wise at any rate. This here is past the water wheel section up top, right before the end of the level. I came looking around here, and I think I mentioned this, but I never showed it off. If you turn the ball into the crystal, you get double points for everything you collect. And at this point, I think I was paying attention and noticed that every 10,000 points, you get another life. Which, and considering you can kind of go back into levels and continue to get more lives, more points, I think that'll make farming for lives easy, which will be very useful considering how difficult I remember some of the later levels getting. Right, and in this level, in the second one, it kind of gets mean with where the final cards are. I have essentially all the main cards right now. And I figured, well, there's some on that side, so let's go over here and check. Kind of come over here, I leave the ball behind just to be safe, run over here, and there's a switch. A ball switch. Which I found interesting. It's just, they hide stuff everywhere in the levels. They are very expansive in their own way. It's kind of interesting. Let's see. Mentioned you get a life at 100, or 10,000 points rather. I think getting a life also fills up your hit points. I'm not 100% sure. I was a little too paranoid there. I didn't think I'd make that throw, so I just bounced the ball higher and threw it then. But, 10,000 points gets you a life. I believe getting a life will refill your hit points. The little extra life pickup. And then I believe getting 50 cards will also give you an extra life. And then that down there is just another little hidden area that you probably wouldn't see normally. I believe I leave the ball behind because, if at all possible, I'd rather not take the ball with me into the secret areas just because the ball controls can get a little finicky at times. Like, not as bad as it could be, but then down here, and I had never been down here. I didn't even know what that was supposed to be. And I just failed at hitting this guy. So I'm just like, okay, walk into it. And it brings you to this little secret area where you can press this switch. Took me a second to realize what it did. But right over there, it opens that little secret area where you get another extra life. And I think that's it. And then this potion. I don't know. Oh, I don't remember this potion. Whether or not it's in the rest of the game, I can't say. I just don't remember it myself. I remember 3 potions off the top of my head, 4 counting this one. Which we'll see all of those at some point. But this, as you can see, lets Glover be Spider-Man and walk on the ceiling, which is where the rest of the cards are. The controls are kind of weird on the ceiling. It's like reversed controls almost, and since I went up the wrong side, I have to come back to get those other cards. But this is where the rest of these cards are located, so that's just interesting little trick there. Going to come from the ceiling to the wall was also kind of difficult. I think, did I just get rid of the potion myself there, or did it time out? I don't remember. So from here, it's just me going up there to get those last 4 cards on the ceiling. And just how it turns into a little bit of a puzzle. You need to search around, explore, use what abilities you have available to you, and just figure everything out. And there are a lot of mechanics in this game, which to go for like 100% completion, that little upside down, okay, that was nice. That you can go for 100% completion, and a lot of different mechanics that make this game not nearly as bad as I remember. I think when I previously played it, I was just young and bad and glitched to get double up thing. Now this is, of course, the second level at the end. I figure, okay, go big, jump on that, and then we can get up here to collect those. In truth, I think how they expect you to get that is just to throw the ball up and have the ball collect them. Which, it's a slope, it could roll back down. Seems difficult, but doable. And here I'm just looking around to see if there's anything behind the level, glitching through. Since I had no idea where the final 10 cards were. I mean, I looked around and around, I killed all the enemies, I broke the pots, you can't kill the shark. I actually did this glitch here where I had double potion before and ran all the way back to the start and tried to kill the shark by being big to get some cards. Didn't work. Looked around to the sides, looked everywhere, and I could not figure out where these last cards were. So eventually, I decided to just head back to the start and just start looking from there and see if I can't find anything hidden. And let's see, do I show this off here or not? I think I show this off here. Well, I try to smash this since that seems out of place and I just don't know. I'm looking everywhere at this point to just figure out where it is. I decided it's probably not at the end at this point. Oh, you can go into first person view by using the C buttons. The C buttons control this camera. And just go back to checkpoint 1, which the game will allow you to go to any checkpoint you have seen. You usually need to have the ball with you or be in close proximity to the ball to do it though. And then just up here to look around some more. There were some cards up in that upper level, cards behind. There's a ton of cards everywhere. There are also some cards behind that little wall to the left at the start, which just go down there on the platform we're on. At this point, I noticed down there behind that lives counter, there is like a little building thing, and I'm trying to figure out what is that, how do I get there? I warp up to the second platform just to not bother with that elevator, or second platform to the second elevator. But yeah, I think there were cards behind here, cards up on top, and I'm just checking everywhere. I'm checking the pillars, I'm looking around, I'm trying to see if there's a little platform I can drop to back here. I don't really have any idea, so I just jumped down to try to get another look. And yeah, there's definitely something down there, but I wasn't sure how to get to it. So I decided to look around a little bit more, and I really like this. Remember that tell in the first level with the cracked pillar? That's more or less what we're looking for. More or less. And the ball gets a patch, and I take a damage, and I think it's... Here I realize, oh hey, I can't just fall back, and then that's when I notice it. Right there between the pillars. That's cracked. Nowhere else is cracked. First, I think one of my first thoughts is I have to get the shark there to hit it. I don't know why I thought that. I guess I was being stupid. But like, I look around, just checking all the walls to see if they look cracked. None of them do. Just that right there. Which is a nice little tell to show off that you wouldn't normally think about. But yeah, I tried to lure the shark over to hit it because I'm stupid. Or I think I should try to lure him off. But hit it with the ball because I think maybe that'll work. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Smack the ball. It doesn't work. Which, I don't know. Then I'm thinking, well, need a bigger ball. Bowling ball. And just nice little tells. And I think it was at this point I realized that this is how you were supposed, or that throwing the ball up top is how you were supposed to get the balls up on that little ridge, since the ball can collect the cards just as well as Glover can. And that there is all 60 cards for the second level, which full completes the first world. Here there are of course the cards you've seen, the slide, kill the enemies. You can't kill the chicken, by the way. But then this as well, the little, what is this, Plinko machine? I don't know what it's called exactly, but for each slot you come down, you get 3 cards, except for the one on the far left, which is the 2 cards and the extra life. This level is actually fairly straightforward with how the cards are for them. It's like you need to kill the enemies, collect all the cards that are visible, and then play the carnival games. Plinko. And the only carnival game you don't need to play is actually the strong hammer thing, which all that's good for is an extra life. But it's pretty straightforward with how the cards are, which is nice in its own way. See, I think I've said, let's see, what have I all talked about? I've mentioned the extra lives from the life token, 50 cards, the 10,000 points. I've mentioned the crystal giving you bonus things. I've mentioned, I think I've mentioned everything at this point. But yeah, I'm gonna be going for 100% at this rate. I think I'm going to try to get it naturally as I play through the level. If it looks like that's just gonna be a pain and just be a huge amount of work that I don't really need to do, I might end up, word I'm looking for. Oh yeah, another 6 cards, just stop on the cards on the little roulette wheel there, easy as pie. And then I don't remember what the question mark does, but I decided to try out the frog since I'm pretty sure there was a 5th potion now that I think about it. Yeah, there is a 5th potion, and I don't know what this potion does. I get it, and I don't figure it out. But that will make a green potion appear, which go over and get it, and I got nothing. Do I try to jump with this? Yeah, that doesn't do anything. I have no clue what this potion does. I just could not figure it out. But of course, missing 8 cards now, which, camera, there we go. Missing 8 cards now, which you can see the shadows there, and they provide Dennis, so just jump up to grab these cards right here. And as you've noticed, the last 4 are right there on the hammer. I don't know what those are called. I can't think of what that's called. So that's just the final ones to get. But this is pretty much the end of the video. Still don't know what this potion does. I'm going to try to collect all the cards naturally as I play. If I have to do a practice to see where they all are beforehand, I'll do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. This has been Silvertorian with Let's Play Glover. Later.